Welcome back. Once again, we're going to work on interior dimensions now. Interior dimensions are a little bit more difficult than the exterior because we've kind of got a lot going on. We've got details to get around. We've got text in there. And then we don't want to over dimension it so that we can't see what's going on in the drawing. We need to make sure we get all of the walls that are appropriate. So when we go to do our interior or dimensions, we always start from the outside wall, and we're going to try to make a run. We're going to make a run up the left side, the top, down, and then we won't really need to come across because there's no walls here. Then we'll finish up some details. So I'm going to start on the bottom end. I'm going to pull up, and I don't really care if you go to the inside or the outside, but we're going to go to the inside of these walls, and I'm going to continue to click, and we're doing what we would call a continue dimension. And then when we finish up, we don't want to finish at the inside. We want to finish at the outside. Okay. We know that would be really cool that if we could have this say exactly 10 feet, but we're not doing this for an interior dimensions. We're dimensioning it so that the carpenters could get it the way they want it. When I go back and I place my dimensions, okay, we want to try to move this just into a spot where we could find it where it's not ruining everything. That 14'4" looks good there. 5'5" here. This one is just a little bit crumbled, just a little bit chaotic in there. So we're going to move that by grabbing it there. And then here to clean this up, why don't we just move this over just a little bit. That looks nice and clean. So we've got a run of dimensions there. We'll go across the top now. We always start on the outside, then go to the inside of this wall, the inside of that wall, okay, to the inside of that wall, and then right back to the outside. I'm going to try to find a little bit of a run in here. That looks pretty good right at the top. The last click sets it from on the outside to the outside. There we are as our dimensions. Looks pretty good. We know that this is already 2 feet. We'll come back and dimension that later on. Now we're going to come down the side here. We're going to go from here, to this part, and then all the way back to the outside. And again, we're looking for a little clean area that we can put that in. That came out pretty well. That came out pretty good as well. So it goes from the outside down to here. Okay. Notice that this is just a little bit different, and that's okay. That this is 10'11". If I needed to move this so that those matched up, all I do is grab this and I can drag that dimension down, and now those are both 10'11". Things are matching up pretty well. All right, there's really nothing to do across going this way. Okay, and now we need just a few other dimensions. We need a dimension down here for the countertop. We always want to tell them the thickness of the countertop. Okay, didn't catch that. So these are all going to be individual references. You can put that right here. I'm also going to tell them where the countertop ends. That's at 3 foot. All right, we need to know how much space is around this island. So we'll put it right there at the corner and where this is coming from here. Okay, and then what is the width and depth of this island? The width of this island is exactly 4 feet, and the depth of it is exactly 2 feet. Those are a couple things that we need. We'd like to know the distance of the closets. We're going to place that in there. That should not be 1 foot. That should be 2 foot. So I'm seeing a mistake in my drawing here, and I'm going to go ahead and fix it. It should be a 2 foot closet. I'm going to double click on here, and I am going to type in the word TYP, TYP period, because we want to say that all closets are typically 2 foot in there. All right, so there's the depth. We don't need to do the rest of these closets. I do need to know what the distance is here, and then how far over this wall comes. Well, since this is a main wall, we don't have to identify that. That's just a long run, but I didn't get any dimensions. We would not know where these are. So we're going to go from here and then back over to there. Okay. And you can see there, I made a little bit of a mistake. I got a dimension I didn't want. So I'm going to right click on it and say delete that dimension, delete that witness line, and that line goes away. All right. We know that these are 2 foot in here. We could probably just give a width of this hallway, and I would say that that's probably pretty good. We know where this goes here, but this hallway, just to kind of keep everybody on the same page, is 4'5". All right, I'm zooming out. It appears to me that all of the general dimensions, if I was to click on a wall like this, would I know where to locate it? Yes, it's 10 foot 11 going that way. If I was to click on this wall, would I know where to locate it? Yes, there's a dimension there. We want to just kind of one time look at it. Things look to be pretty clean, and there are interior dimensions. 1, 2, 3 runs. Unnecessary to have a run right here. Your interior dimensions are complete. Congratulations.